Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and thefote.com. With your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson.
Hey, it's time for Speed Scene Live. That's right, Tuesday night, and man, you are here with the fastest show on the internet. My name is Lucky. Over here, I got a very pretty young lady by the name of Diana-Mite.
Welcome to Speed Scene, everybody.
And I've got Bruce Barker over there, the hardest working man on the internet.
Oh, now I have to look like I'm working.
Just turn some knobs, twiddle some dials, do all that kind of stuff. We're going to do more introductions later, but we've got a lot of stuff to tell you about. There's a lot of cool stuff happening, and of course, the Speed Scene Live Nationals are coming up this June. So check
Where are those out, Lucky?
That's going to be at Great Bend, Kansas, the home of the very first NHRA national event ever.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Great track, all concrete, free electrical hookups so you don't have to run your generator, free RV, water, and dump station. They got concrete pits. They've got grass to walk on. They've got great food at reasonable prices. And you know the best thing? They've got Diana-Mite flying in to
That's
come
right.
to the race.
I'm going to be flying in. I'm going to be putting those stickers on your cars. And, hey, I hear those stickers are good for a tenth, right, Lucky?
That's right, and if Diana-Mite puts them on, they might even be worth a tenth and a half. Now, here's the story.
That's what I say.
Friday is Test and Tune and a gambler race. Saturday are the Speed Scene Live Nationals with over $17,000 in cash and prizes. And Sunday is the team race. You got 3 chances to win money. And all you got to do is go to Speed Scene Live Nationals. Now, tonight, Speed Scene Live was at Irwindale for the Thursday night opening race. Yeah, that's right. Irwindale's open again, and we will be talking about it tonight on the show. They had the Lucas Oil jet car there making some passes. They had a packed house full of racers, and we hope to see some more events at Irwindale. It's a great 8th mile track. This track is sorely needed in the Los Angeles area, and we're really glad that it's open.
We were also at Verona Drag Strip, and boy, was it hooking, like it always does. A friend went there, and he got all his runs in for his 9-second license in just one day. A great track with lots of friendly racers and fast cars. They had the Antique Nationals there last Sunday, and they have a summit team as well. Lots of great programs and racing going on. I think Southern California Super Street Association is going to be racing there as well. Lucky, is that right?
Yep, that's right. 1090 index, but it's a little bit quicker when you put it on the 8th mile track. Now, the American Nostalgia Racing Association was racing at Bakersfield, and here's Joel Grusin with one of his House of Mouse cars. We have a great interview with Eiley Safford tonight, driver of the Strange Brew NE1 car. And, you know, last week we had an interview with the Santa Maria High School racing team. And if you missed that one, please visit our archives page anytime to watch it. And visit ANRA.com for more info. The American Nostalgia Racing Association. It's a great bunch of people. We had a great time out there, and it's a lot of fun.
And more great stuff from Buggin' number 39. Wow, 39. That's at Irwindale Racetrack on April 29th. Here's Katie Colburn in her good-looking and fast bug, sponsored by Ace Stainless Steel Supply. And we've got some great interviews from racers as well. One that actually came all the way from Scotland to race at the Buggin'. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And he had the cutest little accent, too. We had a great time and can't wait for the next Buggin'. They had the drag race, car show, swap meet. Lots of fun.
Welcome to the 39th Buggin' here at Irwindale Raceway. We're so happy to have Diana and Lucky from Speed Scene here to join us in this festive event.
Nice. Yeah.
Special thanks to Ron Fleming for having us come out. We really enjoyed ourselves.
Man, hey, I want to tell you about Blacktop Magazine. You might have seen them photograph. I almost said photographing the show. Photographing the show a couple of weeks ago. They are live in studio to tell us about their great website. Oh, it's full of good stuff. And we're going to plumb the depths of the website and the heights, of course, as well. We're going to tell you how to win a free pair of M&H tires as well. Now, coming up on the show next week, Charlie Harmon from the NMCA NMRA is going to be live in studio to talk about the Pomona race. Also, Flowmaster NMCA West event featuring Aerospace Components NHRA Unleashed at Pomona, August 17th through the 19th. He may have a big announcement about how you can race at Pomona, so that's coming up. May 26th and 27th, we want to let you know, the NHRA Heritage Series Rockabilly Rod Reunion in Las Vegas. Racing, rockabilly, cars, bands. Come out and see some great nostalgia. It's all going to be happening at the Strip. And, of course, look for that Curry Racing Rear Ends Nova as well.
That's right. I'm going to be out there. Right, Diana-mite?
Absolutely, Lucky. And you're going to stay away from those little slot machines, right?
Well, hey, I already told you about the Speed Scene Live Nationals. Hope you guys get a chance to put it on your calendar if you're anywhere near. And Diana-mite?
Yes, Lucky.
We've got Hot Rod Bob Beck somewhere in the studio here.
You know what? I think we do. You should say hi to him, huh?
Here I am over in the corner. They
what?
locked me up.
Yes, but we also have, coming up shortly, we're going to have Bryant Layton. He's going to give us a little bit of the off-road report as well. Right, Lucky?
And, Bob, what are you going to talk about tonight?
Tonight we're going to talk about car art. You know, one of the things that emerging in the hot rodding is making your car look real nostalgic. Well, nostalgic signs work, too, and a lot of guys are putting them on the sides of their cars.
Ah, nice. It's obviously not a lost art form yet.
No, it's getting bigger.
All right.
Well, let's welcome to the show T-Bone from Blacktop Magazine.
T-Bone.
T-Bone, welcome to the show.
All right, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Where'd you get that name, T-Bone?
Oh, it's from my car club buddies have called me that, and just from when I was also working over at Classic Industries, got that call, that name as well.
I thought maybe you were like a meat cutter in a former life.
Well, I
or
was a
like
chef.
Really good on the barbecue grill, and, you know.
Well, see, that sounds...
I was going to say, they call me Tri-Tip.
Well, I always worry that you were in a horrific car accident, and that's, the T-bone. Well, the whole cook thing is way better, the whole chef.
Yeah, that sounds good. Now, tell us a little bit about Blacktop Magazine, Tony. Now I go on that website all the time because you guys kind of capture that car culture that's part of California and hot rodding in general. You got Harleys, you got cool hot rods, you got street cars, you got all kinds of cool stuff. Tell us a little bit about Blacktop Magazine.
Well, Blacktop Magazine started out as carshows.com back in '96, and then I started getting into the motorcycle arena as well, so I put them both together, and then up came Blacktop Magazine. I figured, we're out there burning rubber on the blacktop, so why not have a magazine called that? So it's an online publication, and have a lot of fun with it.
Now, you guys cover all kinds of stuff. I mentioned Harleys, drag racing, car shows, all type of stuff. And how do you pick your content? How do you know where to go and what to cover?
Oh, it kind of comes to me also. People call up or email asking to visit their shop. I'll do garage tours of shops. I go to a lot of events and cover the events. So it's been a passion of mine and my son and to do. And so we just are out there all the time. So there you go. Why not publicize it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Now this is video that you took out at the March meet, and
yes.
Have you been to the March meet before in the past?
That was my first time at the March meet. I don't know why I haven't made it out to
What'd you think? What did you think? Was it awesome?
I can't wait. I want to go again and again. Of course, it was a lot of fun, and I went with some buddies in the Mercifuls Car Club that I belong to, and they showed me a great time because they're regulars down there as well, and I got a wonderful chance to meet you two.
Well, that was cool, and this is a great event. Now, there's going to be the reunion at Bakersfield in the fall, but there's also the reunion at Bowling Green out in Kentucky this June. You going?
No, I wish I could. That sounds like fun.
I
might have to make it out there.
Couple $100, a Greyhound bus ticket.
Right, there you go. I've done the train before. I guess I'll do the bus.
Lots of deodorants.
Come on out. I'll make you a T-bone steak.
Hey, all right. Can't pass that up.
Let's show a little bit of Volkswagen coverage because, Volkswagen racing is really a part of the Southern California culture, just like Blacktop Magazine. And we ran into, this is a story you might like, T-Bone. This is a story of some great Volkswagens that back in the 60s, there was the fastest Volkswagens around. They were called the Thunderbugs, and they the lightning bugs. And the
lightning, thunder, I can see the relationship.
I was thinking about last year at Bowling Green, Kentucky.
There you go.
The thunder and lightning.
Lightning bugs, okay.
Right.
But this was the fastest car. The first Volkswagen in the 10s, first 8th mile Volkswagen in the 6s. I mean, this was the historic car. Every Volkswagen racer in the world knew about this car. And they crashed, and it was totaled. It was beyond repair. So the brothers that were racing it got another Volkswagen, built it, went racing. Later on, for some reason, they sold the Volkswagen. It ended up going to Puerto Rico for 40 years.
Wow.
What? Man.
They
can't believe they actually found it after 40 years in one piece.
They tracked it down. It had been repainted. They found the owner. They said, "This is our car. We want to have the car." And he said, "No, senor, you cannot have my car." So
you do that so good,
It took him a few years until finally he said, "Si, senor, you can buy my car." And so they brought the car back. They restored it. They put it back to original. Now, while all this was going on, a gentleman in Scotland made a recreation of the first car. Let's listen and find out a little bit more about that now. This is the first car, and this is the second car right here.
Now,
Let's talk to him a little bit in the staging lanes and find out a little bit more about these two cars.
Russell Ritchie. It's a Lightning Bug 1 replica. It reached the race in 1969, and this is racing against the original Lightning Bug 2 behind us, which was from 71.
And you're the race team from Scotland, correct?
Yeah, we are.
We were talking about you on the show last week.
Yeah, I heard Ron Fleming was speaking, yeah.
Yes, well, I'm going to film this pass, and then we're going to put it on the upcoming show.
Perfect, thank you very much.
Have a great time.
Cheers, thank you.
Don't miss a chance to pick up your official platform Lightning Bug Bug-In 37 event t-shirt at the official...
Oh my God, don't you guys love that accent?
Hey, and we're the Schley brothers, my brother Mark and I, and the wonderful thing is we raced this in built it in 1969, and we raced it through 72. Sold the Lightning Bug to Diego Felipe's in Puerto Rico, and it stayed there for 40 years. We were able to buy it back a year and a half ago, and we just finished restoring it. So this is actually the first Volkswagen to run 10 seconds in the world, and that was in 1972.
Wow.
We also, in the 8th mile, ran a 6-second pass in 1972. Normally aspirated on carburetors. They didn't have turbos and nitrous back then. So we're so happy to be here and part of the Bug-In.
Now, you don't have a heavy Scottish accent, I noticed.
No, that's my friend up in front, Russell Ritchie, who reproduced the first car. That car crashed with Brother Mark driving it in 69, and then we built this car. But he made a replica to be just like our very first car. So this is the first time you'll see these two cars together, and we're going to be side by side on the track. It's going to be a wonderful thing.
Well, we're going to film it. We're going to put it together with this interview, and everybody's very excited about you guys. You're sort of the guest of honor for this event.
We're honored to be that, and we hopefully can do a good show for everyone. And we just can't believe the feeling of driving your car 40 years after you sold it. So
amazing. Well, have a great time.
Well, thank you, and thank you, everybody.
Now, this is them strapped in the cars right before they made their pass, right before they made their burnout and they made their pass, and everyone was so excited. And a little bit later in the show, we're going to actually talk to Russell Ritchie outside of the car, find out a little bit more. But T-Bone, I'm here on thefote.com. I'm getting questions off the crew updates, and somebody wants to know, what's the ultimate goal for Blacktop Magazine? Where do you want to be in 20 years?
Oh, boy. A print publication is in the works, doing a quarterly, like a best of, if you will. But just more of the same, grow it, expand it, other parts of the country, the world even. I've got friends that are going out to the Hamburg Harley Days in June, Tom and Kim, and they're going to cover that. And so just keep blowing it up and doing more and more of it.
Now, internet magazines, there's so many of them out there, and you kind of need a little something special, a little bit of style to stand out. And you guys certainly have that. And all your content, I love everything you do. Every story, every article, it just seems to hit a nerve.
Thank you. It's just a passion of ours, as we put this thing together, and we do that on the evenings, the weekends, that sort of thing. So we all have day jobs, and so I say we all because there's several of us that help put it together and make it so.
Now, you guys, there's video content as part of your, it's not a still picture only, article only magazine, and what, how do you figure? You got to spread a crew out throughout a whole bunch of sort of different projects, and is that the kind of thing where you just go, all right, we're stretched a little thin this weekend, we're just going to cover what we can, or how do you do that?
It is. It's all shoot from the hip almost. We do. It's pretty much me a lot of times, and I have a little camera that I shoot all the video with, and sometimes we have other people going to different events. So this Saturday there's 5 different events going on. We're trying to figure out how we're going to handle it all.
Now, here's some video from one of our favorite events, and Hot Rod Bob is always promoting the Moon Eyes Christmas Party, car show, and it's a great deal because it's drag racing, and it's vendors, and it's music, and it's pretty girls and pinup outfits, and there's just so much going on, and I love this event just because it's just so alive.
Oh yeah, I love the culture of it all. People get dressed up to come to a car show. I think that is fabulous. They enjoy their friendships. They see people from other parts of the country as they go to this Moon Eyes Christmas Party. Here you're watching the pinup girls from Mitzi Valenzuela, a friend of mine who's a photographer, help host that event for them. And it's a great event. I'm glad they're keeping it at
now
Irwindale.
We've got Brian Layton on the line, and we're going to talk to him in a minute, and then we're going to take a commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to talk more to T-Bone. We're going to have Hot Rod Bob, and we're going to tell you about how to win free M&H tires.
Wow.
A lot. You ready for it, Brian?
My mouth is hanging open. I'm collecting flies over here. All right, Speed Scene Live. Stand by. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Joel Grusin, and when I am not busy working on all of these items from the House of Mouse, what do? I watch Speed Scene, and you'd better do that too.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at currieenterprises.com. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, The Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and The Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. You're live with Diana-Mite. We've got a packed house here. I can barely hold on to my seat. These boys are pushing me out of the way. But you know what? I want to go straight to the phones and welcome Bryant Layton with the Off-Road Report. Bryant, how's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good. How are you guys doing?
We're great. What do you got for us tonight?
Hey, you know what? I just got a really quick thing. First off, this Best in the Desert series had the Silver State race this weekend, and Robbie Gordon, once again, won his class. He won 3 races in a row. Now, that doesn't really happen that often, and especially in a series where you have 5 races the whole year. He's definitely leading the points in the unlimited car and doing a great job at it. So I want to give a real quick shout out to Robbie Gordon on that win and the Speed Energy crew doing a great job on that car. Now, something that's coming up this Thursday on Fox Sports, all the Fox Sports channels, all the time zones, is going to be the HDRA Series race from Redline at State Line. So it was last January, and yours truly actually went out there, and we got second place, Ben's Racing Jeep Speed. And we're going to be, I've actually got a chance to see it, and there's a lot of footage of the Jeep where you can see the Speed Scene Live stickers on the side of it, and we're really excited to see it on national, television for everybody.
Cool. Nice. You guys have got that Jeep running great.
You know what? It really is running great. It's down in Southern California right now. We've been bouncing it back and forth between Vegas and Southern California on the prep. We're having our different navigators are actually prepping the car, and we're finding that really helps us a lot in the car. And they listen to us the way we want it set up, and they get it done. So we're having a great time with it this year.
Brian, I think you broke everything in that car, and they had to replace it with new stuff, and now the car works perfect.
Yeah, I haven't broke it yet.
Everything in the car and everything in your poor little body.
That's right. Since you were in the car, you got broke, too.
Yeah, I'm seriously feeling old. I'm going to the river for Mother's Day, and my girlfriend's dad said, "Are you going to go wakeboarding?" And I'm like, I'm kind of old now, is the way I'm starting to feel.
You're kind of old?
Oh, man. Hey, so, Brian, now we're also looking at video from that same HDRA event, I think, right?
Yes. And that's actually, like, some of the footage you see, the promotional video that they are doing it. They are actually airing some of the videos. You can see, actually, there was a 2-day race. Kerry Jones drove on Sunday. He's the driver record, and I drove for him on Saturday. And we got second place both days, so we ended up in second place. Right in the beginning of the footage, they show 3 little buggies going up, and then Kerry right in the front. Or actually, that's me in the front. Later in the footage, they show Kerry getting hit by a little buggy.
Well, congratulations on your second place. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, we're happy with it because we're going to keep it up.
Yeah.
Well, it was said when you're number 2, you try harder, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Hey,
we're going to go into Reno and then really start pushing it after Reno for the rest of the year.
Well, I saw something on the news the other day, or the TV, and they were advertising something out in like Glen Helen or Devore, and it was like these crazy people on motorcycles, and I thought about you.
Actually, a lot of my friends, Jimmy Fitzpatrick, we've lucky you've been up to his house. He helped learn how to do backflip. He's going to be competing out there.
Great.
That's for the Red Bull X-Fighters.
Great guy, really a nice guy, and I remember you working those jumps on that foam pit.
Oh yeah, it's still they're still calling me to come back out, and that's what I'm good.
Nice. Now is that the Fox channel?
It's the Fox Sports channel. Every time zone will be 5 p.m. and the following Thursday will be the next race that was in Placer City next Thursday. So next couple of Thursdays, check out Fox Sports 5 p.m. in your time zone. And I'll talk to you guys next week.
Great.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Now, T-Bone, have you guys ever done any off-road stuff? You've done so much stuff. Any chance you've been involved in that?
Haven't been involved in any off-road stuff yet, I'll say, because I also like boat racing is also another thing.
Yeah.
So
well, I know there's no black top out there, but they've got some great-looking vehicles.
Yes.
Tons of money in those trucks to make them do what they do, and that might be another venue for you.
I think so. It might be next. I have done some dirt racing on the Speedway sidecar stuff. But,
the sidecar. I've seen that. That's crazy.
Were you the monkey or the driver?
I was the monkey. That was a lot of fun, I tell you.
Well, speaking of monkeys, Hot Rod Bob Beck.
That's a switch. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Beck, and you've got gas again here on Speed Scene Live. One of the things that's going on in hot rodding today is bringing things back nostalgically. That's what hot rodding's been all about. Well, hot rod art is also coming back, and a lot of guys are putting hot rod art on the sides of their cars, making them look like old service vehicles. And we've got a bunch of them we've been picking up and taking a look at and taking photographs of throughout the days at the car shows. Now, I go to a car show almost every weekend. I'm someplace, and there are cars all looking nice and nostalgic. Now, we'll take a look at this one. How about the Pumpkin Patch Speed Shop?
Nice.
Never existed, but hey, it sure looks nostalgic.
Never existed. You probably find that a lot, too, where a lot of these are sort of invented brand names.
They're playing on the guy who owns the car. Greasy Larry's Garage. He doesn't... grill, yeah. Hey, how much do you want your grease? Fleming's Auto Service. Now, that may be a real place. You never know. Steel Junkies Speed Shop.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
A lot of these do, though. Oh, I love the phone number on that one.
No, that last one was a real place.
Well, so is Mike Fennell's Garage.
Yes.
He's a friend of mine up in Saugus.
Lord Motor Car, company. I talked to those people, and that actually was an old place years ago. I don't think it exists now, but at the time when that truck was in service, that was the real place.
Yeah, and the one that followed it was Mike Fennell. Mike Fennell's got a restoration shop and body shop up in Saugus. You can see him from the 5 freeway if you look down in the pit. Linwood Welding Company. I mean, it looks like an old welding truck. But, it's cool. They're rat rods. Some of them are just patinaed.
Oh, Stan.
Purposely.
Yeah,
there we go. Gas and oil. There we go. You get some neat machines. Now, this one was particularly patinaed to make it look old.
Yeah, I want to go back here, too, because what's that car in the background over there?
The one in the background looks like a Chevy, the flamed one, or the Camaro?
I think they flamed your. They copied your flame.
Except they got the hood. My hood's been unflamed for years.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I changed hoods, put a louvered hood on, never repainted the flames on.
Details.
Yeah,
well, it's just
like
the
that.
engine fires coming out the grill is all.
That's right.
Bob,
under the hood.
I think it's so interesting that people paint cars to look rusty now.
Yeah. Well, I took a picture of one for an insurance claim, or not a claim, but the guy was trying to get insured, and the underwriters turned it down and said, no, we can't insure that. It's got rust. I said, it's airbrushed. And they go, what? And then we had a guy up at Pleasanton at one of the Good Guys events actually had made a fiberglass 32 Roadster look like it was rusting out at the bottoms.
Wow.
And everyone was looking at it going, oh, it must be an old build. He was laughing his head off.
Oh, man.
That too.
There's a pro mod that races back east called the Studezilla.
Yeah.
That is a old Studebaker that is got not only rust, but it has bird droppings painted on.
Yeah.
There's a wasp nest painted inside.
Nice. It works. So we saw Leadfoot Speech up. Now, the one back before that.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Now everyone thinks about the Woody Woodpecker character called Clay Smith Hams, right? Well, read that one closely, guys. That's Clay Smith Hams, and that's a ham with a cigar. Yeah.
Buena Pork.
You know what's weird is
Buena Pork, Arkansas. Yeah.
What's weird is AK is the actually the designation for Alaska. So
that's I was thinking Arkansas, but I was thinking it was an R.
I don't think there's a Buena Pork in Alaska, though.
I don't think so. Doing a pit barbecue might be a little tough. The snow keeps melting on top of it.
Churchill beer.
Yeah. I mean, what floats your boat? And that's what you put on the side. It makes the vehicles look really nostalgic. Bring some of it back. Here's a traditional rat rod. If you can call a rat rod traditional.
Is that painted on that rust?
No, that one's got the real thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they went all out. They actually used rust.
Okay.
There are guys that wipe acid on the cars just to make them look rusty. They weren't to start with.
Did you say they went all out? They used real rust.
Hey, I like this one. Squirrels Hardware. You're gonna love my nuts.
That's it. Yeah.
You would, Lucky.
And that one's on a Volkswagen, so that's not really a rat rod type vehicle.
Now, aren't there several tricks for giving that old patina look? I've heard one trick where you put coffee grounds and water and you let it sit and it turns brown.
Yeah, it makes a rusty type color.
You heat it up or something?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys do a lot of things. Brush paint it, then steel wool.
Look, an old crow painting an old crow.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
An old crow painting an old crow. Yeah.
Nice.
And beautiful downtown Burbank, too.
So, and a lot of these obviously are hand painted then, not just, sort of decals you order.
No, none of them are decals. They're all hand done, airbrushed, or hand painted as you see the old crow is being done.
Here you go,
and we lube
Diana-mite.
all the right parts. Isn't that good?
Jiffy Lube?
Jiffy Lube, yeah.
I don't know, Lucky.
Birch
What
chop
are you
job.
insinuating?
We'll get to that one in the next couple of photos. But anyway. All right, Hellion Speed and Custom, and that may be a real shop. And that's an advertising piece for his vehicle, for his company.
Now, these are obviously, you got show cars here, you got racing machines here, there's everything.
There's everything. We saw the kids' car, the Temper Tantrum.
Yeah, I really love the old race cars with the names, where they, they used to,
Grumpy.
They don't do that so much anymore, and I always love it when I see it. The Grape Ape is a great example.
Well, get it ready. One will be coming up just a bit. George Petit's got a ton of cars. This car was specifically painted to look bad. They brush painted it, they steel wooled, they sanded so it looked like the paint was fading away.
Yeah.
And this just looks like an old farm vehicle.
Yeah, it's got that big flathead engine on it. And all right, next. Oh, my.
Yeah, yours too, huh? The heat on the street is what that one says.
A lot of these are similar to the World War II aircraft.
Yeah. Now, I had one of a bomber, but I didn't bring it in. Now, here you go. Here's a race car for you. Spastic Plastic, and it's on a Corvette.
Perfect.
See?
B-gasser.
Yeah. So
Nice.
they're still doing it. A lot of guys still have imagination on the cars. They don't just put sponsors on there. They make the car have a name, give it identity.
I like the way you did it on the body line, too.
Yeah, followed the curve of the body of the inset.
Left the cove open. That's nice.
That's it.
That's sweet. What are we going to paint a little rust on you, Bob? How about that?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I've already got the hair chromed. So.
Get some coffee grounds.
Coffee grounds. I'll put them in my hair, get some color. That's what I'll do. Is I'll come back next time with some hair color, and no one will know me.
Sure, it's the old remedy, man. It's one of those old not a wives' tale, but one of those things. Yeah, it's one of those pre-medicine remedies.
And I just want to give one shout out. Jim Ost, I saw him at the Edelbrock Rev Up for Kids this Sunday. He is back in California, and he's working at Hollywood Hot Rods now, and he's going to be working with that, get the merchandising going for Hollywood Hot Rods. Welcome to Jim Ost, good friend, used to be the editor of Good Guys, and was with Rod and Custom for a number of years.
Right. Nice.
Nice. Well, T-Bone, what do you think about this kind of stuff? This is the sort of stuff that goes hand in hand with the type of stuff that you put on Blacktop Magazine.
Yeah, actually, I did some of this, too, when I was art director at Classic Industries. We made a truck, it looked like it was an old delivery truck for them, and did the same kind of thing. Painted it on, and then brushed it, rubbed it off with some steel wool.
Little steel wool, and you make it look old.
Yeah, no, I love this stuff. I'm a graphic artist, so this is right up my alley.
Nice.
I'm going to have to talk to you about some stuff then.
And then, of course, the Moon Eyes event that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Full of cars like this. All kinds of stuff. And this, coming up at the end of this month, the NHRA Heritage Rockabilly Reunion, there will be lots of rat rods and hot rods with similar stuff. Now, talking about old cars, a lot of times people think, I made the old crow painting an old crow comment, but a lot of times there's young people driving old cars, kind of like Ellie Stafford. And Ellie Stafford is a young lady that's been doing interviews or been doing drag racing for a few years. She's a very young girl. She's been very successful. We've got an interview that we did with her at the ANRA race, and here's her hot rod. This is the Strange Brew modified roadster. And Diana-mite, I know you remember the fact where they have the little foam rubber thing in the back with a pair of pants that looks like the driver's butt crack.
I like that a lot. It looks like a little booty.
Well, Ellie put a girl's pair of panties on there because she felt it needed a feminine touch.
Does it have a G-string?
It does.
One of the tech guys actually thought that was real and tried to stop the car.
Oh, gosh. He was wishing it was real.
Yeah, he sure was. He was looking real hard.
Wait, I got to touch that.
That's right. I got to get a closer look. Yeah.
I see.
Well, we had a chance to talk to Ellie, and I even asked her about the feminine touch on there. And this is an old antique T-shirt and an old pair of jeans, but this is a real car. Check it out.
Talking to Eiley Stafford out here at the ANRA race. Eiley, you've been very successful in this Strange Brew car, but you're kind of a new driver to it, aren't you?
I am. This is my first full-time season in Strange Brew, but I'm looking forward to it.
Now, what is it about the nostalgic cars like this that attracts you? A young lady, old-fashioned cars, what's the connection?
Just the sound, the speed, the smell. This is how the guys did it in the 60s and 70s, and I wish I could have been a part of it, so I'm trying to bring it back.
Now, do you have any drag racing experience prior to this?
I've always been into the nostalgia stuff. I used to drive an NE2 Altered, and then from there I drove a Desperado NE1 low alcohol dragster, and now I'm in Brew.
I think the Desperado car was out at Speed World and actually took a win a few weeks ago.
Their first win. Congrats to them and the team. That was great.
And now you're affiliated with a really experienced bunch of people, the Gruzins from House of Mouse and Stormy Bird. And are those people very, are they helpful?
Oh, they're very helpful. They give me a hard time, but they're cool. I know Dave just got the championship last night for the last year's ANRA championship, so that was pretty neat.
And this is your first season, so did you do any ANRA races last year at all?
I did. We actually ran the last 3 ANRA races last year, and we finished 4th in the championship.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, that's really good. You missed one race and still 4th.
Yep, we did. We did really well. So.
Now, this is my first time racing the ANRA race. I'm racing Seagas, and Diana-mite's racing Hot Rod. How do you like the ANRA organization? Seems like it's really, really a fun and well-organized event.
I do. I love it. Butch puts on some great races. I'm so happy that I finally get to be a part of the ANRA series.
Now, do you have sponsors, people helping you out?
I do. Valley Head Services, they do a lot of the motor work.
The Ofrias at Valley Head Service, great people, very knowledgeable.
Yes. And Art Car, California Performance Transmissions. So they're a big help.
What kind of transmission are you running in there?
Just a Power Glide, faster.
2-speed?
2-speed.
Yeah. Now, which class are you in again?
Nostalgia Eliminator 1.
So you're the 760 class?
Yes, 760.
And this car's a fast car, but it's not real long. It's got kind of a short wheelbase. Is it a handful?
It is a handful. It's fun. You know, the Desperado car was 200 inches, and this is 140, so it's a blast to drive it.
Now, one of the things that's so fun about this car is it's always had a sense of humor. You kind of have the butt cheeks hanging out of the back there, and I noticed somebody added a feminine touch.
I did. I had to. All the guys are giving me a hard time, so I had to give it a feminine touch.
Come out to the ANRA, look for the Strange Brew Modified Roadster, and see this young lady piling in it. And who knows, maybe next year at the Racer Barbecue, you'll be getting one of those coveted Butchie Awards for winning your class.
That would be really, really cool. We'll see what happens. We're going to try our hardest.
Well, thanks a lot for talking to us on Speed Scene Live, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You remember the first time you ever drove Strange Brew?
I do. We were in Las Vegas in 2009. Let's see, I think the transmission blew up in the Desperado car, so Dave Grusin stepped out because I was number 2 in the points and let me take the opportunity to drive his car to see how he would do. And what did we do? We ran a 770?
Yeah, it was pretty good the first time out. Very, very good. Did an excellent job for her first time out in the car that she only saw from 10 feet of distance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're meant to be.
It sure is. Now it's full time. And yeah, in all honesty, what is it like having a car and working with the guys from the House of Mouse?
It's a great group of people. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to drive for them. It's such a great racing family to be a part of. I've heard a lot of good things, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
And I'll write you out that check shortly. Of course, being engaged to one of the crew chiefs doesn't hurt a bit. And long live Speed Scene.
All right, thanks, Joel. Nice. Hey, we've had Joel on the show 3 times tonight.
Dang, how does that work out?
Well,
Man.
so I'm sure he'll be calling you saying he'll be writing you a check shortly, Lucky.
Yeah, but I know
Nice.
those altered checks. They never bounce. They never work.
They never bounce.
Hey, T-Bone, we're gonna talk about a story that you've been doing recently. But first, I got a question here off the crew updates on the Folk.com. Why did you name the magazine Blacktop Magazine?
Oh, I've been looking for different names, and when you're doing an internet publication, there's so many URLs that are already taken, and Blacktop Magazine just kind of hit me one day, and I looked it up, and it was available, and so that's what it came. And we all, parking lots, drag strips, streets, it's all blacktop.
Nice. Seems to work for me, It seems to work. Now, you've recently done a story. Well, let me let you tell this story.
Oh, okay. Well, there's my boy Billy here who's with me tonight. He goes to a lot of the events with us and all, and a big part of the magazine and the website. And so people wanted to know his story because they see him rolling around either in his chair or on his crutches. And so we put together a story about his past and the challenges he's had to take and overcome, and which are quite many.
Well, before you talk to the story, let's introduce Billy.
Yeah,
Billy,
let's do
welcome
that.
to Speed Scene Live.
Hello, thank you for letting me be on here.
You're here to help represent Blacktop Magazine, and you got an interesting story about you.
Yes, when I was 18, I broke my back, and they said I would never walk or ride a bike again. So it took me, a couple years and a little time, but I got back up on my feet, and I wear some braces, and I'm riding an 04 Road King with the sidecar now.
Oh, sweet.
Now, T-Bone, you said you got a lot of interest on Blacktop Magazine about his story.
Yeah, it got picked up on the J&P Cycles blog, and they kind of happened through Facebook and then onto their blog, and it just got a lot of response, and everybody, giving Billy the big thumbs up and keep on going, because, it is something that 20 years ago he had a hard time, and he's persevered through that. Didn't take 20 years, but it took him a little while, and in fact, just recently he was on a motorcycle, just 2 wheels, so he's able to do that too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah. Took some time, but I did it.
Yeah, there's his story there you see on the screen.
Your story kind of is typical of like what, us drag racers do, is you never give up. You just keep trying to figure out ways to do what you want to do, and I like that. I like that spirit.
Well, that's right, because whatever's handed to you, you just got to deal with it, and there's always more people out there that are worse off than you, and you're still alive. So a lot of people ask me, why am I not down and depressed all the time? Because I'm still living, so I might as well live my life to the fullest.
That's right.
Man, those are words to live by, and you're managing to make all this stuff work. I mean, look at it. We were talking before the show. For instance, even the studio here is not, just so you know, not on the ground floor, and it's like, hey, Billy's downstairs, no problem. Billy's now upstairs. And so, like, it doesn't seem there's a mountain you can't climb. Man.
No, those stairs. My hands are like vice grips. I just latch hold and just get up them.
Hey, look at the babes you get, too.
So now, do you guys go out and promote Blacktop Magazine like we do with Curry Rear Ends? We go to different events and we set up a booth and promote. Do you guys do that for the magazine?
Very rarely do we set up a booth. If it is, it's like at the cycle swap meet or the high performance swap meet in Long Beach, or at some shows we'll put up a booth. We put together a car show for the Rips Bad Ride last year and had a booth there for that. But most of the time we're there enjoying the show, covering it, doing the work that way. It's a very grassroots type organization.
Nice. Well, earlier in the show, we told everyone about M&H Tires, and I wanted to take a minute to let people know that there's a big giveaway going on right now, and 2 racers are going to get an opportunity to get a free pair of M&H tires.
Dude.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
So if you got your race car, you need a new set of tires, M&H Tires is going to hook you up, and then when they pick the winner, we're going to announce it right here on the show. So if you'd like to register for a free pair of M&H tires, visit thefoat.com, TheFoat.com. And while you're there, why don't you join the Speed Scene Live crew so you can talk to us during the show, and you can ask questions. And that's right, Bruce is on there right now trying to get those tires.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, I'm going to register as somebody else.
Well, you got enough. Got enough cars. My God, I'm sure you could use an extra set of tires.
Attention, this is week 2 that I still need a Lincoln 430 cylinder head.
Hint.
Yeah.
Now, what year Lincoln cylinder head do you need?
Sadly, it's a 58, and it's fairly specific because they started detuning the engine in 59.
Only the 58,
yeah,
430 cubic inch Lincoln motor cylinder head.
Yeah.
You just need one?
Yeah, just one.
That's always bad when somebody needs one head. One cylinder.
They'll have the right, but not
One
the left.
head.
I know.
Which one do you need the...
It's you know what? They're swappable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it's like there's one of those bosses, a mounting point somehow got broken off of this thing, and I had a spare engine. I sold it to a guy, and I didn't know.
You didn't know you
weld
needed
it?
Yeah.
Can you weld the boss on it?
I don't have the piece,
Oh.
and so it's just missing. So.
It's gone.
It's gone, like my savings.
Hey, Lucky, we got a phone call from Mr. Grusin, and he wanted me to correct you on something. He said that's actually a double-A comp dragster, not whatever the heck you called it.
Yeah,
so
I knew I screwed
get
up.
it right.
And Joel, thank you very much. And I the fact to bring your name up again, but I actually Tom on thefoat.com, he corrected me also. So you're the second one to tell me that I'm wrong. Wrong. But that's okay, because I've been wrong before, and you know what? I'm going to be wrong again.
You will. And, it's just so fun catching you at it and correcting you.
It is.
Thanks, Joel.
Now, Joel, what about when I told everyone you were 29 years old? That's right, correct?
Yeah,
that's still correct, isn't it?
Yeah, the check will be in the mail for that. He said it was not in the mail for the little boo-boo.
Well, hey, thefoat.com, sign up for some free tires. And Diana-mite, earlier we were talking about a great story about some Volkswagens. T-Bone, how'd you like that story about the Volkswagens, the 40 years in Puerto Rico?
Oh, nice. Very nice. I like bugs, and I'm bummed I missed that bug in. I used to go all the time in the 70s. My first car was a 70 bug, and it's always a good time. And
I think it was Bob who's... No.
Wait, listen.
Okay, all right.
For Speed Scene Live TV, can you tell me your name? Adam, tell us a little bit about your car.
Hand built by me.
You're the guy, huh? You're the builder?
Builder, painter, wire, all.
Nice. How fast are you going to go?
If I get it in gear, fast as it'll go.
You got a projected ET in mind, or you're just hoping for the best?
We're doing about 80.
Nice. Have you raced it a lot?
Once before.
This is the second time you've raced it? Oh, so you got those butterflies in your stomach, and now here you got to sit while they clean up the track.
Just a little.
Well, you have a good time. I'm going to film your run.
Okay.
I'm going to put it on Speed Scene Live TV.
You got it, buddy.
Here's another one. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm filming for Speed Scene Live TV.
Excellent.
You want to tell me your name and where you're from?
Russ Wilcox from Whittier.
It's a clean-looking bug you got here.
Thank you.
How fast do you think you'll go?
Oh my gosh, I'm hoping to get back in the 90s.
That'll be great.
Yep.
That'll be
9 miles
great.
an hour, somewhere in the 7s.
Well, I'm going to film it, and I'm going to put it up on the show.
Excellent.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
That's great. All the trim and everything on it.
Is that's how your bug looked?
Yeah, but I had cinder blocks in the front as my lowering kit.
Oh, yeah. You know, I've done that with a Suburban. I used, bags of sand.
All right.
It's poor man's lowering kit.
That's right.
You know what? We were talking earlier. This is the 38th bug-in, I think. And I'm trying to, I'm no mathematician, so I'm going back in how many years that would be. The bug came out in what, 39, 40, I think. They'd drawn up plans, but they didn't actually start making it until after the war, I think. And I'm just trying to figure out, the bug-in goes back a long way. Not quite back to when the bug was invented.
I think they may have done it. I'm not sure, and Joel, please let me know if I'm incorrect. But I think they may have done it more than once a year for a while.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I think they did it a couple times. Now, you may have a Scottish drag racer back there, Bruce, and we had a chance to interview him, and he was, he had a pretty thick Scottish accent. He was a little difficult to talk to, but he came all the way from Scotland to compete at the bug-in, and here he is doing his burnout. This is the recreation of the original one. So let's get a chance to let him talk about it. Russell Ritchie came all the way out here from Scotland to do a little drag racing under the Southern California sun here at the bug-in at Irwindale. Russell, people are really excited about having you and your Volkswagen out here today.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We raced it last year in Belgium and we were invited across, so the car's been across at the NHR Museum for about 4 months, and then we took it out for today's event, so it was fantastic.
Now, you made one run already, you and the other Lightning Bug, and are you guys going to make some more passes today?
Yeah, we're going back out at 1 o'clock, so looking forward to it, so great fun.
Tell us about your sponsor who helped you get out here.
It's VW Gasa Garage. It's just a group of friends who've got together to restore American drag race Beetles from the 60s and 70s and get them back on the road, or back on the track where they should be.
Now, your car is actually a recreation of the car which unfortunately was crashed and destroyed.
Yeah, that's correct. In 1968-69, Mark Schley crashed Lightning Bug 1. It was a total wipeout, and then the brothers rebuilt Lightning Bug 2 with a new car, and that's what they've now got back in racing for the first time today.
And the other car was actually rescued after 40 years of being a race car owned by other people. They found it in Puerto Rico, repainted it, and brought that out to race you.
Yeah, that's correct. So that was all debuted yesterday, with the first race being today, which is fantastic for everybody.
And you got a bunch of friends and crew people out here. Anybody else come from Scotland with you?
I've got a couple of guys from England here as well, and we've got some American friends working with us. So just a group of friends.
Well, thanks for talking to us. Great to have you out here. You're kind of the guest of honor, I guess.
Think so. Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, Russell.
Bye.
Did he say thank you? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Sean Connery, eat your heart out. Girls, do you love that accent or what? It's like you don't even have to look at the camera. You just have to hear that accent. Hey, you know what? I want to go to line one, and I want to welcome Stormy Bird to the show. He's got some corrections for all of us. Stormy, welcome to the show.
Uh-oh.
My Lucky and Bruce.
What? Hey, that cell phone's breaking up. Hold still there, man.
Okay. You got me now?
Okay.
Lucky, Bruce?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I got to get really... Built that car in '84, and it is really, truly classified as a B-fuel modified roadster.
I was right.
No.
Oh.
I have a brain fart here. B-fuel modified coupe. I bought that body. I found it out in Palmdale for $75 in 1988, and we put that on after the 94 Northridge earthquake wiped out the T roadster body. So it is a B-fuel modified coupe.
Now, how come Joel gets to hang out with a pretty girl in your race car, and you're off in the other end of the pits working on your car?
Well, I'm out recruiting backup girls. I've been trying to get Eiley to drive that phenomenal driver. She's smart. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty, and she's going to be a champion in that car. That car suits her just to a T.
She seems to be very comfortable in it, and you know what? It almost seems like they're forming a bond already.
They are, and she likes driving it. Chuck's car was great, but it was a Cadillac. This thing, you have to drive, point, steers, pedal it, and everything else, and she likes that. Plus, I got her well trained on the dry hops now.
Well, Diana-mite wants to know about the foam fake driver back at the back.
The buttocks? Can we say buttocks on the air?
I got bored one night trying to polish the back of the aluminum seat, so I glued a pair of jeans on it, an old Lions T-shirt. I got a phony butt and put it right in there. And like Bob said, when we first took it out to Palmdale, the lane master was yelling at Bernie, "Stop! The guy doesn't have a fire suit on." Well, the joke. And then when Eileen got out of the car, she put a blue thong on it. So it's really her car, and she can do whatever she wants with it, as long as she stays safe.
Now, you know, I think this will be the first and perhaps last time we will ever hear somebody say the phrase, "I got a phony butt and I put it on in there." Stormy.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things about that, Stormy, is that authentic Lions T-shirt may actually be worth more than the rest of the car.
Well, you know, the thing is, I got 3 more still in the bag, so...
You're covered. You're covered.
Exactly, I'm covered.
Now, you guys put on a great show out there at the ANRA. Where are you going to be racing next?
Well, actually, we're going to be part of the Snake and Mongoose movie after we do... Randy Winkle and I are doing the Eagle Field deal, the 2 out of 3 smoker match race all the way down the track. And then we're going to be 2 weeks on set with Trevor Larkin and the rest of the guys doing this Mongoose movie up in Bakersfield, then down in Atwater by Pasadena the end of May into June. We're going to have our cars out there for that.
Wow, that sounds pretty...
Squeeze in Vegas in between.
Jeez, man. Sleep? Who needs that?
Well, we have a couple of days off. We can drive out, you know. So, I was out of the track this weekend for the West Coast Hot Rod Association deal, helping Randy Winkle with his little 67 C-gas blown 67 Opel Cadet. And fortunately, we left some green paint on the guardrail about 900 feet down, going up 120. But due to a hell of a steering job, he kept it on all 4, and it's already been repaired.
Good.
All right. Well, Stormy, thanks for calling in. Feel free to call me in and tell me I'm wrong anytime you want.
You're not wrong. You were just misinformed.
That's it. That's it. As soon as I find somebody to blame, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that.
Okay. And Bruce, I'm ready for my close-up.
Oh, hey, well, that's all right. What do I say to that?
We'll catch you later, Stormy.
Take care, everybody. Talk to you later.
Was that in reference to the butt thing? Where do I go with that?
Hey, don't you have a Stormy saying something in one of those drops back there somewhere?
Yeah. Here, let's take a look and a listen to this, man.
Maybe this will work for his close-up.
Yeah, in fact, let's get it full screen. We want the whole impact to strike us in the face. Look at that car, man.
This is Stormy Bird, the driver of the Revelation Modified Fuel Roadster, and when I'm not drag racing, I'm watching SpeedSceneLive.com, always with Diana and Lucky Scott.
Nice. Kill that gas. Yeah. There you go. Nice. Right on. Well, I'm sure, Tony, T-Bone.
Get it right, Lucky.
Hey,
Think of meat.
Please correct.
Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that.
That's the nicest thing she said to somebody all day.
Oh, boy. I'm getting all red.
Well, there you go.
All right.
T-Bone, thank goodness I had a chance to mess up one more time because we're getting to the top of the hour. There's still time, though. And I think Stormy's car, and I'm sure you've seen Stormy Bird's car out at the track, and of course Randy Winkle has those great, Famoso Speed Shop cars out at the track. Maybe they would be a subject of a future article on Blacktop Magazine.
I think you're right there. I'm going to have to check into that and give him a call and set it up.
You know, Stormy has so much personality, so many stories. He's the real deal. He's raced everywhere. He's done everything. He knows. Well, ask him. He'll tell you. He knows it all.
You know, he's down to earth. We love Stormy. He's just a all around great guy. You know, he'll never walk by you without saying hi, giving you a hug. Well, at least giving me a hug.
Yeah, he doesn't give me hugs.
Yeah, I'm not into hugs.
With that, I'm okay with this,
Stormy.
Oh, you got the little bubble going there, huh, T-Bone?
No, not too bad. that.
Well, my. Well, Lucky, you know what? Is it about that time?
Well, not yet, because Bruce has got some clips of the Verona track back there, and I know he's going to pull that up. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the Verona, and also remind people about the M&H Tire giveaway at thefote.com. Please visit thefote.com and sign up. But last weekend I was at the Verona drag strip, and had a great time. It was the day before the Antique Nationals, so there were some cars out there.
Hey, I recognize that car.
This is my buddy John.
Your body?
My buddy John, and he went down there
with that back then?
to renew his competition license. He let it lapse, so he had to renew all the runs and go through all the hoops.
But he did it
in one day.
In one day,
he got all the runs. He did the orientation. He did the short runs, the medium runs, the fast runs. Got it done.
But he's one of the fortunate ones. Don't let your licenses lap, boys and girls.
Well, but also, if you do or you don't have a license yet and you need to get a license, Verona is a great track to go to because
one day.
One day you get everything done, and the track had lots of traction. The people there were nice. The other racers were hanging out. I saw a lot of friends, a lot of Speed Scene Live stickers on cars, and it was really a great day. Everything went good. A lot of people are talking about the Verona track on the internets now with Fontana being closed. The Verona track is a great place to race. You can go down. You can race all day. The pits are good. The facility's great. And you know what?
Look at all those trees around there now. I mean, everything's just grown. It looks beautiful.
They have nice, clean bathrooms. They're not porta potties. It's actual, bathrooms. And check this out. I discovered this for the first time. They have free air machine.
Wow.
So you need some air for your car. You go over, push a button, put a little air in your tires.
Wow, that's nice.
That's a nice feature to have, huh?
Yeah.
Don't they do the sand drags there too?
Well, they used to. This is the location of where the sand drags used to be. And
but there's blacktop here now.
That's right.
See that? Blacktop.
Yeah. Tie-in. Notice that tie-in. Yeah, Blacktop for Blacktop Magazine. They still have a dirt circle or oval or whatever you call that. And that's over. It's a few hundred feet over to the side, and they run events there. They run this track. They've got a lot going on, and it's a great facility. Have you been down there yet, T-Bone?
No, not yet. I'm going though after watching this.
And they got that great casino. Like 5-10 minutes down the road with an awesome buffet.
Well, I'm not lucky. He is. So don't do that.
Go for the buffet. Go for the buffet.
Yeah, the buffet.
And the golf course.
Great golf course, great facility. So Verona's happening. The Irwindale track is open. We've heard some rumors that there may be some more dates coming out in the near future.
You mean like weekend dates, Lucky?
Well, I hope so. When we hear, we'll definitely talk about it, but we have not heard any official word. We do know that they're open Thursdays. I don't know if it's every Thursday.
I think it is every Thursday because Bob mentioned he was going to be there on Thursday.
Well, Bob Beck, the biggest voice in drag racing.
Check the website. Check the Irwindale website. You know what? Run on down there, race. Show your support. This last Thursday was, I think, sold out of tech cards. So that tells you that the racers really want to keep that track open. They made an effort. They showed their support. And we just want to say thank you to all the racers out there.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of support for that. And in fact, here's some video from last Thursday night at Irwindale. Since you brought it up, Diana-mite, thank you for that lead-in.
You're welcome.
The thing about Irwindale is there's a great mix of old cars, new cars, trucks. There could be anything going on, and it's Thursday night. It's right off the freeway, close to Los Angeles, Orange County, Inland Empire. It's close to wherever you are. And the Lucas Oil even had their jet dragster out there. And in fact, one of the crewmen was doing some unorthodox maintenance there.
Now that's a real butt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's that car's giving birth.
It reminded me of that Jim Carrey coming out of the hippo suit.
That's so awful.
But I guess you really don't want to turn it on when you're doing that.
Unless you're stuck.
Yes.
That would hurt.
Yes.
Holy moly.
But, a great facility, a lot going on, and, of course, they had racing all night, time trials. They had the jet car making several laps. They had some exhibition cars. I think they might have even had, like, a little bracket class, like a trophy or, something going on. They had a few cars running, some fast cars. and it's nice to have the facility open
So
again.
what's up with that snap, crackle, pop thing they always do? Anybody know?
Well, what else are they going to do? You know, you got to do something.
I don't know if that's a warm-up technique,
Is
if it's
it?
a crowd pleaser. I really don't know.
Okay, crowd pleaser.
Whatever it is, it's impressive. It's hard to believe humans can build this stuff.
Or drive them, really. I mean, you gotta.
Oh, I'd get in the cockpit.
Would you really?
Oh, yeah.
You would, huh? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, Bob Beck, I overheard him on the PA saying somewhere there's a 747, wondering where its motor is.
Yeah.
Now, what's coming up next on Blacktop Magazine, T-Bone? What can people tune in and get a chance to read?
Well, take a look at it at blacktopmagazine.com and our YouTube channel at YouTube Blacktop Magazine. And yeah, we got all kinds of things coming up. And the season's just starting again this year. So we'll look for more garage tours. Seems that's really popular right now, doing a lot of garage tours.
Now, what do you mean by garage tours?
We go to shops that build cars, and like we just finished one for Leonard's Fabrication out in Fullerton, Herb's Automotive out in Signal Hill. So we go in and find out what the unique differences are between these shops. So
Cool.
there's several of those.
Yeah, that way people can get a look at that. And so obviously, there you go. The website right there, blacktopmagazine.com.
Yep, thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll be
Man.
back. We'll be back next week, and we want to let everyone know that next week we've got Charlie Harmon from the NMRA. He's going to talk about that NMRA West event, and we're excited to have him live in studio. We're going to race at Pomona. Charlie's going to have a special announcement exclusively here on Speed Scene Live that's going to tell you how you can guarantee admission to get in the race, because you know this event's going to sell out. So make sure you tune in next week. Talk to Charlie. Now, if you got any questions about NMCA, NMRA, any of the events, he's going to be talking about the West event at Pomona. But you East Coast racers, if you got some questions about the East Coast Series, here's your chance. You can call in, you can email, you can send me a message on thefote.com, which, of course, you're going to be on our crew because you're going to be there signing up for those free tires, right?
Absolutely, Lucky.
So we'll see you next week. T-Bone, hey, you guys, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, you know what's coming up next, of course, the encore presentation. And yeah, I'll say this too. Billy, good to meet you.
Thank you.
And
Nice
as
to
well,
meet
you too, Mr. T-Bone, sir.
All right.
All right.
Billy, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Hey, Lucky, we'll see you again next week, obviously. You too, Diana-mite?
Absolutely.
All right, I think we've done all the goodbyes we could possibly
Okay.
do, but hey, don't go away. We don't have to say goodbye to you because the encore presentation of the show comes up next in case you missed anything of this. That's wild rockin', you know, it's a bit like that rocket sled we just saw. That's this Speed Scene Live. We're back in 6 days and 23 hours. All right, have a great week. Thanks for joining us.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and thefote.com.